YouTube.
I guess we're back. We're on episode 19.
Guarded
I don't
shit.
have hair. We have a producer.
We almost have a fireplace.
Why the fireplace is broken again?
It's coming in. Wait, real quick.
We're
Do you
here,
want to
baby.
try these out?
Yes.
Look what I got. Look what I
Yes.
got. Okay, so what you got to do, it's the new Ray-Ban smart glasses.
You did not.
Right?
Did you really get the new Ray-Ban smart glasses?
I did.
He did.
Okay. So you turn them on right here, right? And you have a little light that comes on to indicate that it's working. And of course
so
it's not going to
exciting.
work right now, right? And then just hold it down for like 4 seconds forward. And that's kind of how you pair it. 3, 4, and you'll see the light over here. It's going to turn green. And you can put them on. It's talking to you now.
We should really compare them to like the original Ray-Bans.
Oh, I know. I have my... What?
Dude, I just heard it in my skull. What was that about?
Just
I need to tighten them.
fall off. And they're like jank. I feel like I'm like...
You need to clean them. Yeah.
They're definitely fit.
I feel
a
like
lot
the
nicer than
Terminator
those ones,
right now. I don't know why. Just because of the fact that I'm could be recording.
Let me see real quick. Hey, Facebook, record video. The only thing is there's a little light, so like you couldn't be like secretive with it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but if anything, I feel like maybe just like a little
We can
itty
tape
dot
that.
of tape or something over it,
Yeah.
and then you could be like sneaking in places and like because there's those places, right? That'll be like, don't record, right? We'll be like, we're not recording. I'm just wearing sunglasses inside for no.
those
apparent
look
reason.
cool. It does not look like cameras at all.
No, I know. And you stop it. You can talk to it though. It also plays music, and it'll even do like a randomized song for you or whatever. Can you even hear that's playing music right now?
I'm back in the garden shed.
Oh, the water's so fucking far away. We have a producer now, but now we need like a PA to like hand us our water.
We need 2 more unpaid interns. We need a couple more producers.
That's a good start.
Whatever he needs, he gets.
Yeah, we probably need a writer too. Like, why are we writing all this stuff? We don't write anything.
We need a videographer and a sound guy. And an editor.
Well, realistically, like, right, you're the videographer, I'm the sound guy, but we're also just doing it, so I don't know that it counts.
We do all of it for now.
But we have our oh god, fireplace going.
We got the fireplace back today.
Well, what's new with you, bud? It's been 3 weeks? 2 weeks since we last did the podcast?
Dude, I don't know. I've been having dementia.
Maybe that's like COVID dementia.
No clue what's happening in life. I took a nap today.
Yeah.
After work. So I was like, okay, I'm good. Life is good, right? This is when you are allowed to take a nap. I fall asleep for an hour. I wake up, have a heart attack, like I'm late for work. And I'm running around the house like, what time is it?
At least you didn't wake up and think that you
good.
like had a math final.
My
That
heart
happened
was
to
like,
me. I was like, oh god, I didn't study. Like I have a math final, and then I realized I already graduated college. Like,
oh, that happened.
Nothing. No more math.
That
Even
would
if I
happen
went
to me.
back to school, it wouldn't be for math.
That would happen to me when I was in school. But it was always I was late for something.
Yeah, I'm waking up in a panicked rush. Like, oh, I need to go somewhere. I'm late already. Not fun.
So what's new with you?
Well, I went to the Renaissance Fair today. Well, let me show you some video before my phone dies. Now that it's at like 1%.
Is it a good one? Is it outside?
Oh,
Inside?
I got a bunch. So
did you see jousting?
No, they weren't really doing any jousting. So like, let me see, some like weaponry. They were selling like actual like metal weaponry and stuff. I thought that some of that was kind of cool. Right.
So you went to Westeros.
And then this right here. Hopefully we won't get copyrighted from this, but it's like a little band playing their little thing. There's also some belly dancers.
Nice.
I had a psychic reading. It was really accurate too.
What? Oh, this is out in Santa Fe or what?
Yeah. Let's go and drain this like right outside of Santa Fe.
You wanted me to go tomorrow?
Yeah, but you're working.
Yeah, I have to do work.
Oh yeah, here we go. I got into a fight with my cameraman.
Who's the cameraman?
Oh, it was my sister.
That's cool.
It was fun though.
I've always wanted to go.
It was a little BS though. We showed up and they said tickets sold out. And I'm like, are you supposed to buy them online? Like we got there at like 12 o'clock. It opened at 10. And today's the first day. It said it was sold out for the whole weekend though. I'm like, well, we're already here.
What was the food like and the drink?
Well, when we get there, because it gets worse.
Turkey legs and ale?
It gets worse. Hold on. So we get to the site and we're trying to see, like, is there a way that we can get tickets for the next day? Like, how are you sold out for the whole weekend? It's literally 2 hours into the first day. Like, what's up with that? This is what they did. They sold a handful of tickets and everyone else had to buy a year membership. Because it's at this, like, museum thing. It's, like, at an old Spanish fort. And I was like, that's kind of BS. Now, granted, a whole family got in for, like, $60 and it would have been, like, $55 if we would have just bought tickets normal. And now I guess we can use the same pass next year. So honestly, I guess it worked out. But it just kind of seems like they're trying to force people to buy these like annual passes, which is kind of BS, you know?
Sounds like what I have to do at my job.
Bunch of BS.
Get people signed up. For sure.
See. Okay, so then we get in. Cool, and it, you know, I'm like, oh, this is really cool. This little historical stuff's going on. Everyone's dressed up. And then my family wants to get food. I wasn't even that hungry, but I was like, whatever, let's get food. We stand in line 15, 20 minutes, which isn't in the world. You know, it's a big event. But it took an hour and a half for our food. And it wasn't just us, everyone. People were waiting around for an hour.
Well, what kind of food is there?
Burgers.
It's like a real food.
They had turkey legs, but that's it. The only thing that like looked like ye old was like they had like a big ass turkey leg you could walk around with, but
that's what I want.
Otherwise, it was like taco trucks and stuff. And I'm like, oh, we should just go to a taco truck. We like went to the main food vending court thing and it was a mess. They're screaming out people's names. People are getting frustrated with each other because they're waiting for food for an hour and a half. Like, I swear to God, people are going to get into a fight with each other. It was so crazy. And then my mom even asked one of them, like, why don't you, like, if someone's not here, right? Because it's an hour and a half, some people ended up leaving and walking around and then coming back. So they might call your name. And if you're not there, they're throwing the food away. And I was like, that just doesn't make sense.
What a hot man.
You have like set foods that you sell, right? This isn't fucking Starbucks. It's not like your drinks are specific. You could just give the next person who has a cheeseburger the cheeseburger. And then if that person ends up coming back, give them the next cheeseburger that's ready. Like, I don't understand how that's such a hard concept. But they're like, oh, we can't hold the food, so we just throw it all.
Strict health codes for letting it get.
So then you have people finally coming
it in the
back,
temperature range,
and their food got thrown away, and now they're mad because they either want a refund or they have to wait for their food to get remade again, and it's just a terrible cycle.
The hot mess.
It's a terrible cycle.
The hot mess.
That was the first hour and a half we were there. I was just dealing with that. And then it was fun. It was great after that. It was just a whole mess getting the food situation. I was like experimenting with the glasses. I was walking around like, oh, what does the footage look like?
Have you checked it out?
That was pretty good. The only thing that's weird to me is they didn't want it to be vertical or horizontal. I feel like they were trying to like not upset anyone, but they also please no one at the same time. You know? It's like we don't
like cut off.
It's just a square.
Square?
It's just a square. Like if you're looking at the footage, it doesn't matter if the phone's this way or this way. It's literally just a square.
I hate that.
Yeah, I'm like, why did you do that? I'm like, I guess that's okay for like TikTok. You could zoom in slightly and then you could have something on top and on bottom.
Yeah, that's
and on
the only place you could really
YouTube,
use it.
I guess you could kind of zoom in a little bit and just kind of have like weird.
It depends on the quality, on the resolution, but I doubt it's.
That's the one thing
you don't want to crop in.
Wasn't particularly happy about that. I thought that was kind of lame.
That's all right. We'll still fuck around with them. We can do pranks.
No, I think so. I think it'll be.
We'll have some fun with.
But I just feel like realistically, they should have had a setting because there's a whole app in your phone that allows you to choose if it's vertical or horizontal.
I'm like, where's the mic? Oh, right here.
I think it's on the bottom. Those are the speakers, at least. I assume that's probably also the pickup.
There's one tiny little hole on the bottom. Oh, these are the speakers.
Yeah, those are the speakers.
Oh, that's what I heard.
When you put them on.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
It'll play music. Like I said, you can do like a phone
that's
call or whatever.
Cool.
And the speakers are actually pretty
good.
They're
kind of bulky.
Speakers aren't bad. The resolution's pretty good. You can take pictures or videos. But I also was hoping it'd be kind of like the smartwatch. Like I was in the car with it and I like asked, "Hey Facebook, what's the temperature outside?" And it was like, "I can't do that." I was like, "Why not? You're connected to my phone. Why can't you tell me what the weather is?" That just seems like a really basic thing you should be able to do, you know? So I'm a little let down, Facebook.
These are dope.
Not gonna lie.
What can
I
we do
love Ray-Bans, but honestly, I feel like you could have
Wait,
done
there's
better with
two.
Facebook.
It looks like there's one on each side.
There are 2 cameras, I think.
What?
I'm wondering if one is for pictures and one's for video, but I don't know.
Yeah, what? Huh. I
The
need to
picture
look this up
resolution-
online and
So
see what all
the
the
video
specs
resolution is 1080. The picture resolution is like 2100 or something like that.
are. Okay.
So like pretty decent. It's not like 4K or anything, but it's not bad.
These are still sick.
Holds a decent charge. I was using them for a good amount of the day, and I think they're at like 80% still.
So it combines the data of both the cameras to create a higher resolution.
In one image?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So especially why is it a square? Why would it not be like a full video, you know? I don't know. What do I know?
That's just what they chose to go with, I guess. So, okay.
Hey, could you pull up the picture that I sent you? I have a funny little picture for us.
Also, fuck it. When we're editing, whoa, there's like a little RB etched into the lens.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw up a little schematic of how these things work.
Like, I have no idea.
Which is which going.
So I also just specifically wanted to capture the comment on there. Could you read the comment for us and describe the picture for our audio listeners? This is up right now.
Oh God! Condolence, Superman.
But why is that funny? What are you looking at? What is the picture?
For our audio listeners, we're looking at, you know, like if you were out on the tarmac and you were to take like this stairs up to the plane, or if you were just standing next to the plane. Anyway, you're in front. There's a huge dent in
like a Boeing,
the nose cone of a huge Boeing plane.
Yeah,
looks like it hit a bird, and there's a
it
huge
looks like it hit something.
blood splatter.
There is a massive dent on the front of this plane.
That's a bird strike for sure.
Bird strike?
That's terrible.
You think it was a bird?
I'm sure it was a bird, especially because I'm sure it wasn't hitting something on the ground. They're pretty high off the ground too.
What else would
think
it be?
Because it's so fast. But I'm still imagining we're not talking.
So it's obliterated, and all the blood just kind of and froze.
But I'm also thinking like that's probably not like a little pigeon either, right? That might have been like a slightly larger bird, or ostriches figured out how to fly.
I think it was a fish. It was a flying fish.
I just watched
Caught a breeze and just kind of
one of the new episodes
going.
of Solar Opposites. Do you watch that show at all? Solar Opposites?
Oh, dude, I watched like season 1.
It's like from the producers of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Except like one of the main guys from Rick and Morty just got fired. So they changed one of the voice actors' voices and they just said this is the thing now. He has a British accent. And they're like, even when we do flashbacks, I'm gonna have a British accent now.
Is it Justin Roiland, the main guy?
Yeah.
He's toast?
I'm pretty sure.
He got in trouble?
Can you confirm that?
He got canceled?
I'm like, now we have a fact checker. I don't want to just say something and someone's going to be like, Eris, you have no idea.
I think that rings a bell. I can't keep track of everybody getting
the guy
canceled.
who plays the voice of Rick and Morty. It's that guy.
Yeah. Justin Roiland, something like that.
I think it was like a sexual
But
harassment
he does Rick and Morty and a bunch of people.
Yeah. So
apparently, in light of domestic abuse charges, Justin Roiland has been dismissed.
Yeah.
Wow, domestic abuse. So he fucking slapped his wife around or something?
Rick and Morty video game.
By order of the gold. Oh, I did see that actually.
On like console and PC and shit?
Hey, speaking of which, can you go to that game player on there? We're going to pull that up in a minute. Just real quick.
Maybe like a Nintendo Switch thing.
Solar Opposites came out with season 4. They now have like all this whole wall, which is like a secondary aspect of the show. But they also have silver cops, which is like, think Green Lantern, but silver, right? They're kind of like this protective force.
Okay.
And they have like a ring, but instead of it being green, it's like silver.
Okay.
Anyway, so this guy gets like marooned on a planet because it turns out they're like not good cops. They're like all dirty cops, and they like framed him for like all the bad drug ring shit that they're doing.
Guys, what's going on here? Chromis, he's one of us.
By order of the Gold, you are hereby under arrest.
So anyway, he's like trapped on this planet and they took his ring. So he's just a human, just stuck on this planet. And he has a shark that's flying. You're talking
about me.
A flying shark trying to eat him. And he jumps in the water and the shark stops right before the water. And I'm like, how ironic that this like bird flying shark thing can only fly and it can't go in the water.
No, that's a good show.
It's pretty good. I've liked it so far.
I need to catch up. You know what my favorite show is that you helped me get onto, I guess?
Oh, What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
What season are you on now?
Right at the end of 4.
You've already surpassed me.
We have 1 or 2 episodes
already surpassed
left.
Me.
Really?
I started that show like 3 or 4 years ago, and you've already surpassed me.
Dude,
I'm on like I think I'm on season 4, episode 5 or 6. So you're like an episode or 2 ahead of me right now.
We loved it so much. It's like we took a few days off because we binged it pretty hard.
That's good.
And we watched The Little Mermaid.
There's season 5 out now, right?
I can talk about that. Have you seen it?
Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
I have not, but
Live
you can give
action?
me your opinion on it.
Damn.
Wait, before we move on, did you pull up the video trailer? If not, honestly, literally just look up Starfield or whatever that game was.
Starfield.
Yeah.
Have you seen much about that?
I saw a bunch of videos about Starfield, but
you just pull up one. If anything, we'll play it for our audience.
I saw some mixed reviews. Everybody was kind of bandwagoning it, being like, "Oh, it's the shit because it's new," but it was like, it's okay.
I think it's really good.
It is.
Having played it, it's a really.
That's what I was gonna say.
It is good.
He played it.
And I trust this
I want
guy.
us to be able to get on that now. I think for Garden Shed Gaming, I think this would be a good game.
Oh, absolutely! I would want to play the fuck out of this.
So I had
anything space. I mean,
a regular at the bar, kind of explaining it to me a little bit, and it sounds to me like No Man's Sky, like what they wanted to do initially.
Yeah, I played that too.
It's an open world game.
It is open world.
And then I heard.
So how would you compare it to No Man's Sky? Do you know a lot about No Man's Sky?
I think definitely I agree with Eris. What they wanted Open Sky to be is very much what they've created in Starfield.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Your character, all your actions define who you end up being at the end of the game.
Oh, that's what I heard too. Yeah, that it does kind of have
so it's
varying endings.
Oh, dude, there's like a spider.
Oh, shit! What the fuck?
Where did it go?
Where did it go, dog?
We're just gonna. Okay, we are back from our regularly scheduled break.
We're back. Oh my god.
So I heard with the game that there was people that were trying to test if the game would actually load like an entire journey from one planet to the next. Because apparently you can kind of just jump from one system to the next. But there's people that are like, will the game literally load the entire flight time? So what he did is he went all the way from Earth to like Pluto and just let the game just keep going for like 7 hours. Just let it keep flying. And he didn't jump.
Okay.
And it actually generated the entire trip from Earth to Pluto.
Wow.
Yeah, it will. It will if you go really fucking slow.
And then apparently if you decide to actually do some of these almost side quests and take the game slow rather than trying to just jump to like the next main point in whatever next system, you actually come across more stuff. Because some people seem like they're so focused on like whatever the main objectives are that they're kind of not paying attention to. I guess it's not side quests, but I don't know. Someone's the equivalent of like a side quest.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing that kind of stuff. I haven't played the game, so I don't know.
I'm the worst at doing the quests or any of the missions. Like when I played Red Dead 2, I maybe did 40% of the game and then just got lost in the open world.
Lost in the
doing
sauce.
whatever I wanted. Like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be a menace. A nuisance.
See, that's the other cool thing. It's like you can do whatever the fuck you want in Starfield.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can like
It's Red Dead in space?
Red Dead in space.
It's like GTA in space.
That's what I was going to say.
Shit.
It sounds more like that.
You can steal people's shit. You can steal like spaceships.
No.
Yeah, you can shoot people.
You can jack people's ship.
Like, you could shoot random people if you want to, like, and you can be a religious faction, you can be a political faction, or you can be an idealistic faction. And these are all the various groups that are at play.
I want to be the dickhead faction. I want to blow up the moon.
You can.
You can.
You literally can. Like, you can get nukes in this game.
Oh, God.
Our first GSP gaming video.
That's what I was thinking, actually. I think that would be a good one
That'd be so sick
to start with.
Awesome. And on top of that, there's no download time because it's on cloud.
Oh.
You just like hop in.
Yeah, you just hop in.
And then you have your little Minecraft world you wanted to do too? You made like a little...
Yeah. I probably already said this on here,
shit.
but I got stuff in Minecraft I want to show off.
Yeah.
Really nerdy.
Still upset about that spider, dog.
Dude, the
He's dead! You got your revenge!
Crawling on me!
I feel for you, dog. If it was crawling up my shit, I would go home.
You're gonna live. Unless it bit him, and now he's gonna turn into the next Spider-Man.
Yo, did it have some weird stripe colors on it?
I don't know, dude. I didn't look at him closely.
Is that blue and red?
Or did it bite you and you're just seeing colors?
I wish I had Spider-Man powers. Okay, anyway, what else do we got? What
can you pull up
other
the
regularly
next-
scheduled
the next
content
video
do we
on there?
have planned for this evening?
It's the first annual Balloon Fiesta.
The first day. Oh, let me see it. Yeah.
First annual Balloon
like, I don't
Fiesta
know.
here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're coming up on the Balloon Fiesta.
This was AI generated. I thought that was really cool. Although the faces are creepy whenever you see AI.
This is AI?
Isn't it crazy? I'm going to tell you right now, this is definitely not the first Balloon Fiesta. It was in the 70s. Yeah. It was in front of Cottonwood Mall.
Oh, okay. This looks like 1942.
Exactly. Or even earlier. It looks like 1910 or something. Yeah. Well, keep going.
Looks like the 1800s, honestly. I would venture to say it was like 1880 or 1890.
That's ridiculous. That thing doesn't fly. 18 fucking dudes on it. Are you kidding me? There's no way.
It's like a...
The volume is like... The volume compared to like the balloon to the dudes.
Yeah, what is that filled with? Yeah. I don't know.
It has to be filled with...
That's
like,
funny.
Probably... What's the lightest element?
Oh, yeah, this is 1842 for sure.
What are you looking at? You see any of the weird faces yet, though? Like, if you zoom on some of those faces, they're like...
It's fucking pioneers
like
and
wild.
And Native Americans. Like, they didn't have hot air balloons, did they?
Well, we've had hot air balloons for a long time.
Yeah, balloons have been a thing since like Michelangelo's.
I was gonna say since like the Renaissance.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Michelangelo actually piloted the first balloon, like the first recorded balloon.
Oh, I don't know. He might have.
Learn something every day on the Garden Shed podcast, folks. What? Well, then I want to throw up a picture of that.
It's like Italy or something.
What?
Yeah.
Cross? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably like 50 miles, too. It's not even that bad.
No, Italy's like 200 miles.
Across?
It's
no, dude. I've looked at it.
200 miles across.
It's about...
Dude, there's no way.
To go from the tip, to go from Sicily all the way up to Rome is probably about 250 miles.
No, I'm saying that it's width. Across.
That would be a little bit less.
That's way short.
And that actually would make sense why you would use a balloon.
But like you could drive back and forth.
The mountains run right through the center, and it actually prevented.
So if you're going long ways, it's only 200. I would say it's only 200.
That is so short. I would have imagined it was like.
It's probably I
don't know.
200 to 300 miles long. Italy.
You're the one that was doing geography. I'm like, I have no idea.
Well, in geography, it was mostly focused on America. Stuff like
really?
that. And then like the
I would think it would be world geography.
Technical applications of GIS and computer stuff. I'm interested in a lot of geography in my own time. I go on Google Maps and go on Google Earth.
So my phone is...
I'll check out everything.
Seconds from death. But do you know about this?
It's dying. The Mercator projection.
You know about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's distorted because of our map.
So why is it distorted?
You can't look at a globe on a flat surface.
Yeah. And that's interesting because it really affects the way that we
perceive the world.
Yeah. So we'll put up a little image for our viewers right here.
There is a couple different types of maps.
It makes you think that Greenland is this like massive freaking country.
It's big, but it's not
it's
that
everything that's away from the equator. As you get further and further away, it gets bigger and bigger on your perspective on a 2D flat map.
Yeah, you have to have a physical globe to really get the best perspective. There's
now there's the map that kind of has the little cut through.
I was gonna say the
Does that
cuts.
help?
That one,
I assume that helps, right?
that one is a decent one, but there's literally like disagreements and arguments in the geographic community of what's the best map. Because it's like pick your poison. Do you want Greenland distorted or do you want something else distorted?
So literally, unless it's a
So you have
literal globe,
something's always going to be distorted.
But even then, a globe is
just like
is
keep that
pretty
in
circular, and the actual Earth isn't a perfect circle. So even then,
correct.
it's still going to be a
So
little
a
bit
perfect, technically a perfect sphere is incorrect as well.
off. Yeah,
I think the Earth is a little wider and like kind of oblong and squished.
It's oval-esque.
Yeah, whatever that shape is.
Yeah, I don't know quite how off that is.
A squished sphere.
But it's kind of interesting because I definitely remember learning about that in school, and then I feel like that's something I like forgot at some point, and then I like came across that again, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing, and I figured you'd probably know that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just always a distortion, but I think what you were just talking about a second ago is how that distortion on the map kind of plays into just like demographics and how people think about
especially because you're thinking about the northern part of the world. We always think very American centric or Eurocentric in countries like America, Canada, England. These look like big countries,
right?
I mean, England looks small no matter what, I guess, but it even looks bigger than it would.
Well, Russia looks like
massive,
absolutely massive, like absolutely 2/3 of the world.
Yeah. And it is big.
There's not that,
but it's definitely disproportionately big on a map.
Yeah.
Right, and then you have countries like Panama or like East Africa, and they're looking a lot smaller.
Oh, and Alaska looks small. Then they'll put Alaska.
True.
They'll stick Alaska and Hawaii next to the U.S., but it's like, dude, Alaska's like half of the U.S. or something like that. It's huge.
I know.
It's pretty big.
It is. Well, all of that whole area, Canada and Alaska, it's just this massive freaking chunk of land.
It's gnarly. I've looked a lot at Canada, and there's like 1 billion lakes. It's basically
really
unusable land because there's a lake every 10 feet.
No. Darn, too much water.
Too much. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Not like we've been in a drought in New Mexico for like 100 years.
Move to Canada, dude, and just have like 5 lakes in the backyard.
Well, I feel like we should go to Canada because next
they don't want us.
We need to go there for filming because at the rate we're going, it looks like the actor-writer strike's not going to get resolved this year. They're pushing.
Yeah, what's going on
maybe
with that?
February or March of next year. So there's not going to be any filming, even if I do freaking go out to Hollywood. There's no Hollywood right now.
So let's pump out.
We have to go to another country.
We got to pump out some shorts, dude, and something funny.
Oh, we have
something easy.
We have something in mind for Halloween.
We're not doing a Hollywood spectacular short film.
Spooky movie.
We're just gonna do it good. Something funny. I got an idea. Can you tell them?
Yeah, you might as well. I actually was pretty down with that.
We can't tell them. You got to subscribe and watch it.
Subscribe. To not just Garden Shed though. You got to make sure you subscribe to our new channel.
Everything's linked.
Garden Shed TV.
Go on our channel.
Or Shed TV. Because you need to shed your TV and subscribe. Yeah.
Shed TV.
Why are you guys? Why haven't you already?
Shed the TV and watch our type of TV. You get it. What else did we have? What was the last thing I had?
Yeah, you had that little thing in Mexico.
There was aliens in Mexico.
So Jay went from
Can you pull up a video?
Aliens
Can you search one?
to I don't believe in aliens to maybe he believes in aliens.
Wait, have you seen anything about the Mexico thing?
No, I actually have no.
Okay, so the video will just be for you, and we'll overlay one. So apparently, this guy was like not very credible. He's been accused of being a hoaxer in the past.
Okay.
So basically, all the Mexican Congress did was provide him a place to go talk about aliens and bring in his shit. So he brings in this big ass wooden crate
Like they want him to prove his stuff?
I don't know the context of the meeting, right? I just know it was a congressional setting in Mexico, and they're like, "Oh, here's a UFO dude. Let's talk about some shit."
They had a congressional hearing, much like our congressional hearing
With the UFO stuff?
UFOs.
Just hear him out.
Okay.
And they just wanted to hear him out because they took a lot of testimony from various sources, and that was just one of the sources.
Oh, so just like the one here then too.
So he's saying he has this.
Is this guy government or is he like?
No. He's been proven to have.
He's a journalist.
Yeah, he's supposedly a journalist, but he's like been discredited on certain aspects of like UFO.
He dropped the ball.
But you know what?
A couple times apparently.
That kind of sounds like the guy we talked about on our like Joe Rogan episode, where he was like talking about the ancient apocalypse, and he's also just like, I'm just a journalist, and everyone discredits him too.
Shit.
He is like a little alien though.
So
he's got a little ET.
That motherfucker looks like ET. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
It looks just like ET. So,
but he's like,
who came first, Steven Spielberg?
How old are these supposed to be? Does it say?
They're supposed to be thousands of years old. They've been carbon dated already.
So then he does.
And they came through as being as old as it says.
That's what the university, the independent university of like Mexico, right? They stated that all they did was carbon date the specimens. They didn't test any DNA or anything. So like his claims about it being non-human DNA haven't been proven. However, it is sure that those specimens are over 1,000 years old.
And we know that it's
So
organic,
it is 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
But the DNA is unconfirmed because he said it was 70%, 60,
it
70%
said 30%
human.
of the specimen's DNA was unknown.
Okay, yeah. 30 unknown.
Yeah, and that wasn't confirmed by the University of Mexico, which says they carbon dated it, but they didn't test the DNA.
Oh, they did X-rays on the bodies too. Interesting.
So this is the part I don't like. It's
the X-rays?
Yeah, look what he's got going on in there. Looks like he has two, like some weird kind of plated structure in his chest, and then almost like a spring-like thing going up and down his torso.
Yeah.
Or her. I don't know.
Weird.
Them.
They.
Let's
keep it politically correct here, Jay.
They were found in like Peruvian burial grounds, which basically like...
Oh, but they made mummies.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that they were making little mummies. They could have been kids or something.
Yeah, it could very well be a Peruvian mummy, for all we know. Which aligns with the date, the carbon dating. However, we don't know anything else. So, like, there's...
So let's say Steven Spielberg got his hands on this, and then he modeled E.T. after a photo that he saw.
Oh,
from
there
Peru.
You go. Yeah. There you go. That's interesting.
Maybe he saw some archaeological shit from Peru and he was like,
hey,
oh.
this looks like an alien.
Yeah. Who knows?
Did you ever do more research into what you had mentioned a couple episodes back about those random holes in Peru?
Not much. It was just called the Band of Holes in Peru. And I don't think the origin is unknown still.
Okay. So we just have a weird mystery. No,
but it was really like the History Channel Ancient Aliens, where they got the dude with the long hair and they're like, say the most craziest shit. They were like, a machine came down that was massive and took a huge sample across a mile of Earth. And I was like, yeah, dude, probably fucking did.
Yeah. Fucking high brain. You're like,
no, dude. People dig holes all the fucking time because that's all we have to do.
Well, man, I remember growing up and I was so fascinated with all the like weird stuff like farmers would find out in their crops, and they'd like have all the little like crop circles.
How do you feel about crop circles? Alyssa and I were just talking about those. And
okay, so I had some thoughts.
There's hoaxes,
number
but then
one, you could have someone go out there and do it themselves and be like, oh my God, look what happened. Or maybe like even it was like someone else doing it to them. Like, I'm going to go fuck with my neighbor, right? But some of them, I don't know. Like, could you say that every one of them can be discounted? That they're always doing it or someone else is always doing it to them? That almost doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. There must have been, what's like the ground zero? Like the first crop circle situation.
Producer, go.
Producer, we need something. Can you look up what was the first
earliest evidence of a crop circle. It's gonna be like
Yes.
Mesopotamia or something. It's gonna be some like crazy
5,000 years ago.
I have no, or it's gonna be like it was back in 1952. No, I really don't know.
See, if it is 1952, then I'm skeptical.
Okay, listen,
Skeptical.
I do have to say, I don't know about ancient aliens and all that, but I think modern times, if we're saying why all of a sudden have there been more alien sightings? Let's just, for argument's sake, that these sightings are not just people making things up and they're not just hallucinating or whatever, right? They're really seeing something, right?
Okay.
I started thinking about it and I was like, when did they start coming? Was right after World War II. What happened in World War II? We dropped the nuke. Maybe all of a sudden that was something that these outside alien groups, maybe they are observing Earth,
dude,
but maybe more from a distance, and maybe all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa, these motherfuckers are dropping nukes."
You're saying everything I believe in.
First
Go.
documented case.
So, first documented case was by John Rand Capron in 1880.
I'll take that.
1880.
I'll take that. Did it say where?
Is there any info about the precision of the crop circle? Like,
and I'm also curious about like why they look the way that they do. You know?
Yeah,
that almost
it's
doesn't
like,
make
it
sense.
looks
I'm like,
like
if a UFO is just landing, why is it like have these weird circles and makes nice little shapes? Like it looks aesthetically.
Why would they
pleasing.
need to do that to communicate? Because we
And
don't
I
know
doubt
what that means.
I doubt that that's what they're doing. Right?
They're not communicating with us. They'd be communicating with each other.
And how common are crop circles in other countries?
That'd be like them
America?
waving from hella far away.
I have so many questions now. I don't know.
I want to call BS on crop circles.
I feel like they're a little BS. Back to the point,
I want aliens to be real.
I do think, if for argument's sake they are real and they have been coming more, I do think the nuke might have been a big part of that. That, and we finally got into space. We started launching probes. We started launching shuttles and rockets, and we went to the moon and everything else. So maybe there's waiting. You know, in Star Trek, right, they have the whole like, oh, we can't interfere the prime directive until they're warp capable. Well, maybe there's no such thing as that,
prime
like
directive.
warp capable, but maybe it's almost an alien equivalent of like, we have a checklist. Have they used a nuke yet? Have they gone into space at all? I don't know, maybe something like that.
So,
and that's why suddenly we're getting more
food for thought.
Go ahead.
Hit us with it.
What if this whole theory, and I would say this is more of a religious theory that branches across all, or the majority of religions.
Okay.
What if humanity, or I guess bipedal humanoids,
we're aliens?
Are you saying we're monkeys with alien DNA?
Not necessarily monkeys with alien DNA, but
because I'm down.
Think about it.
You went one way though.
if you were a human, like that had access to advanced technology, and you were like this race that had already dominated the galaxy in certain aspects, like a specific galaxy that you've already dominated.
Yeah.
And you want to spread this genome,
Christianity.
this genome, starting an evolutionary pattern to where your creation believes in something, and as a result idolizes themselves.
Oh, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah, I mean, think about
like
it.
That.
If you think about it, if we advancements that we've made simply in the last century,
it's been a lot more.
Well, it's ridiculous. It's like
humanity combined, yeah,
totally skewed. And like in the last 100 years, the Industrial Revolution has made, I don't know,
crazy things possible.
The progress has been ridiculous to what we made in the past 1,000 years. We basically just fucking sat around with our dicks in our fucking hands for 1,000 years. Yeah. And then the last 100 years, now look at us. Now we're about to go to Mars and shit, dude.
Like so, if you think about it, and notice how conflict has become. We went from fighting over like our neighbors, like 40 acres of land, to like there are essentially two dominant forces in the world now.
So then, wait, what was your original point that you started with? Were you suggesting that who are the aliens, or were they Who are we? Were we
Who are we?
part alien? Is that what you mean? Because our
But
DNA.
what if aliens aren't necessarily aliens? Like, what if we are the pinnacle of evolution in terms of the universe?
But whatever they are, we're just alien because that's our term for an
What if
outsider.
humans or a bipedal humanoid is the pinnacle of evolution in the entire universe?
Okay, I'm
That's
down
an
for that.
interesting perspective.
I'm down with that. So, Eris, to what you were just saying a minute ago, hold on. I mean, this is a big, huge thought. Have you guys seen the movie Arrival?
I've seen the trailer. I've not.
Well, the way
seen it.
the aliens come in Arrival, and they're trying to give us technology, and the way they can do that is with their communication, and then their way they communicate is in the fucking fifth dimension or whatever, so they can travel through. They can see time by the way they communicate. So they can teach that language to humans, and then we can start seeing into the future. And they have a deal. They'll go, look, we'll teach you our language so you can see through time because we need your help in 3,000 years. So what if, as you were saying a minute ago, after World War II, shit starts popping off on Earth, okay? Nuclear bombs going off, space exploration. What if, on a grander cosmic scale, Earth has Earth is a pawn in some sort of game. What if they need our help in 1,000 years and they're like, don't fucking nuke yourselves because there's like some shit's gonna go down in 1,000 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Or who knows? Or what if they've seen past our down a path of our evolution and they're like, just don't destroy it, please.
Yeah. Or it could just be a matter of protecting.
We got
planets.
dibs on it after you guys.
It could be a matter of protecting planets from themselves in a way.
Let's call it there. I think we're hitting 45.
Say you were hungry.
I'm starving. What are you guys gonna have for dinner? Did you already eat?
No, I had that fucking Renaissance.
Yeah, beer.
Motherfucker.
You had the Renaissance.
For some people, that's food, though. For some people, that's food.
Calories, dude.
It's just straight
I'll
calories.
take the calories.
But there's some.
You know what?
Nutrients.
I could stop and get a beer. Sounds great. Alrighty, fellas.
then.
Let's call it. I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. We're talking about aliens. We're talking about.
We talked about Superman getting hit by a plane and the first balloon fiesta. Oh, well, the balloon fiesta is about to happen, so I guess we could also mention that real quick. For those of you that don't know, Albuquerque hosts the largest balloon fiesta in the world.
We gotta go on October 14th or 15th. It's
the special shaped split.
Solar eclipse.
Oh yes, I heard about that. And
During-
the Balloon Fiesta Park is a good spot to see it from.
Yes, it's gonna be popping that day.
Oh,
Everybody
actually,
wants to
you know
go
what?
that day.
I had an astronomer. I think it was an astronomer or like an astrophysicist or some smart ass degree like that.
That was for you.
And he was talking about when you see an eclipse like that, look at the ground where the sun is going through something like leaves or something, right? Because normally what we see is just what looks like little pockets of the sun coming through those shadows, right?
Right.
When you're having an eclipse, there's actually a bunch of little itty bitty donuts.
Huh.
And that's because we're always seeing that. We think because it just looks like this normally to our vision that we're just seeing the sun as one massive light coming through something like a shadow, and we're just seeing that projected through there. But in fact, you're actually seeing little itty bitty teeny tiny sun circles all right next to each other. But during the eclipse, you can actually see each individual little circle.
We're gonna have to check that out.
Isn't that cool?
Stay tuned for next week. We put on our lab coats. GSP Science Edition.
Bill Nye the Science Guy Edition. There you go. That'd be fun. Well, make sure to subscribe. I think he was about to say he's doing a finger
Click
thing
around and
something.
do the.
If you have not already, make sure.
What did I say?
You check out Jay's channel. Jay Ortmeyer, is that the channel?
I got a channel.
He's been posting some pretty good stuff.
And good work.
Here soon, I'm probably gonna put up my own channel too.
It's already there, but
I don't really have.
There's no
anything on
content.
there,
But
yeah.
Eric Zaffer, Jay Ormeyer.
I'm gonna make like a new one, and I'm gonna call that Era Zaffer.
Come get your boys.
Actually, have like a public account versus that one's more just like my private account that I just like all
For
my
sure.
own videos.
Oh, what you have?
Subscribed to all my channels and
What else you got? All in the hands.
got all in the hands. Well, that's on
Complete
social
history
media
of coffee podcast.
The Complete History podcast series that is up.
Podcast
right
series.
We just hit our 24th episode on that one.
Dang.
Doing pretty good.
Dang, you passed it.
This is a long time ago, though. We're coming up on that one, though, finally. I slowed down on that one, and I've been putting a little bit more effort on trying to make sure that I get Jay to show up to the studio.
19, dude. We're getting good experience doing this.
And then that next episode will be the big 20 for us. So I think we're going to have a new intro.
We're going to do something special for 20, but we're doing a new intro for 22. So you're going to want to watch that.
And
we're out of here. It's hot.
We'll see you next time then. Make sure to subscribe to Shed TV and GS Gaming. Free cookies.
I wink. We should end it right at the wink.